Hi, what I'd like to speak to you about on this particular post is how that a lot of diet and weight loss programs were based initially on a fact or some kind of scientific proof or some type of experience that a person had where they had success with whatever it was that they were doing. And then they formed it into a diet plan or program or what have you. And one of the ones that I want to mention has a lot of similarities to Three Things Fit as far as one particular area. And that has to do with the fasting part of it. And this particular program, I won't mention the name of it, but it was very popular. It was very popular in a lot of churches and religious circles. A lot of people lost a lot of weight and really got down to healthy size, lost a lot of fat, and were very pleased with the results that they had. And the principle that it was based on was hunger and fullness. And what I want to say is that that's truth right there. And hunger and fullness, of knowing hunger and knowing fullness, of when your body says, hey, I'm full. And when you're full, you stop. You don't eat anymore. And then knowing hunger is you don't eat again until you're actually hungry. And if you do that, then over a process of time, you're going to get down to your normal, what your normal body weight and fat percentage should be. And I witnessed hundreds of people that experienced that. And what I want to say is on Three Things Fit program is your food choices. Of course, everything that we do, the three things that we do are all designed to lower your blood sugar, lower your insulin levels, cause your body to begin to tap into stored fats and metabolize the fat that's in your body, which reduces your fat percentage. And then also the intermittent fasting, where we go into that state where we're actually letting our body get to where it's hungry so that it will begin to adapt and adjust and begin to metabolize the stored fat that's in our body, that's excess stored fat that we really don't need and that's causing us a lot of problems. And the third thing that we do, which this other program that I mentioned of knowing hunger and knowing fullness, they did not recommend an exercise program because they believe that that would cause you to be more hungrier than you should be, which would cause you to overeat, which that's, maybe that's what happened to them. But in our program, we recommend or, we don't advise anybody to do anything because you may or may not get the results that someone else has gotten. And as always, I recommend that you check with your doctor before you do anything so that you make sure you're not it's going to be a health risk to you. But the fitness portion of it, it builds muscle tissue, which when you build muscle, your body metabolism increases, which means your body is going to burn more calories at a resting state, which is going to put you in even more what some diet programs call caloric deficit, okay? And so I'm not really worried about the caloric deficit part of it. What I'm focused on is lowering blood sugar, lowering insulin levels, and tapping into the stored fats, of letting your body metabolize the stored fats for energy, for fuel, versus eating food and your body converting that into sugar and then using sugar as a source of energy, which if you get too much sugar, too much calories, then your body's going to store that as fat, and you're not going to be tapping into the stored fat of your body. So the principle of balance is at play here, because your bodies were designed to have a period of feeding and a period of fasting. Just like in the natural world, you have night and day, you have light and dark, you have dry and wet, you have hot and cold. You see the differences all throughout the world. In scientific realm, you see opposites, you see negative and you see positive, and you see that too much of one thing is not good. If you put two negatives together, you have a problem. If you put two positives together, you have a problem. But when you put a negative and a positive together, everything works out pretty good. So if you overeat and you're constantly eating all the time, then you're going to get obese. You're going to get fat. You're going to have a lot of fat stored on your body. If you don't eat, if you go on hunger all the time and you never eat, then you're going to die of starvation. So there's an extreme to everything, but in balance, everything within balance is the key. So what I'm saying is, it's okay to fast, it's okay to be hungry, it's okay to eat, it's okay to be full. So the Three Things Fit program is the perfect balance, because you eat good, healthy foods, you eat foods that are full of nutrition and full of vitamins, and minerals, and proteins, and fats, and good carbs with the complex carbs that have fiber in them. Then you fast for a certain period of time of the day, which means you tap into your stored fat and you begin to metabolize fat, and you keep your blood sugars and your insulin lower, and you also make your body more insulin sensitive, so that when you do eat, your body, the insulin that is excreted will take the nutrients from the foods that you eat and put it into the cell. Whereas if you're overeating all the time, you become insulin resistant, and then your cells will not receive the nutrients and the food that the insulin is trying to put in the cell level. And that causes you to get fatty liver, and then visceral fat and fat all over the body. So with the foods choices that we have, with the fasting daily that we do, and then with the fitness training, we're building muscle, we're strengthening our body, which helps our posture, which gives us the ability to work longer and harder and avoid a lot of injuries that we could have. And as you get older, as I can attest to this, since I'm now a senior citizen, that working out is almost like physical therapy. It keeps me loose, keeps me limber, keeps me from having aches and pains and stiffnesses all over my body. So what I'm saying is the balance. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to do some of these things that you normally have not done, or that you've been told is bad for you or going to cause you these kind of problems. But it's actually going to be healthy when you get down to the weight that your body would really like for you to be. So that's all I want to talk about on this video, and you have a nice day, and we'll talk to you on the next video.